Depending on what type of business that you're currently operating in, there's certain benefits that might possibly be afforded to you as long as you have the proper documentation. So when it comes to the vending machine business, when you go to Walmart or Amazon or Sam's Club or BJ's or whatever other store, if you have the proper documentation, when you go in those stores, you will not have to pay the sales tax. And I'm about to explain to you how.
This one for all of y'all and y'all and y'all and y'all and y'all and y'all.
Before you can get a tax exempt status, there are 3 different pieces of paper that you will need, okay? One of them will be the articles of organization, basically when you create your LLC. The other one will be a certificate of registration. And the last one will be what they call an E595E, okay? It's called a Streamlined Sales and Use Tax Certificate of Exemption. Now, the Articles of Organization, that's pretty easy. As soon as you get approved for your LLC, the state, they're going to email that to you. You'll have that documentation automatically. The Certificate of Registration, you cannot get that until after you've gotten your EIN. You can't get your EIN until after you've gotten your Articles of Incorporation. Also, once your LLC is formed, you're going to have to wait about a week before you can apply for the COR, is what I call it for short, okay? And then one more thing I don't like about the state of North Carolina. When you apply for the COR, it's going to take about 2 to 4 weeks before you get it in the mail. They don't email it to you. They don't generate an electronic copy on their website. Once it's approved, you have to wait for it by snail mail, okay? So when you get it, put it in a place that you know where it's at because you're going to need it in the future, okay? And the last form is an E595E. You can simply Google that document, or you can go into the Department of Revenue for your state and you can get it from there, okay? And I'll go over how to fill that out later, all right? Now, me personally, I shop at 3 stores. I shop at Amazon, Sam's Club, and Walmart. So I'm going to explain the process for each of those stores, and they are all slightly different. The first one is Amazon, which is relatively easy. So when you go on Amazon, you're going to build an account separate from your personal account. So whatever your business name is, according to your LLC, create a business account for that particular business. And when you create that account, Amazon is actually going to email you themselves, and they're going to say, hey, you might possibly qualify for a sales tax exemption, please fill the form out here. And then what they're going to want you to do, they're simply going to ask you to fill out the 595E. You don't need the other 2 documents. You just need the 595E. And then I'm going to try to superimpose a copy of it on my screen somewhere so you guys can see what it looks like. The one thing that I want to explain, when you're on the 595E, when you come to C and when you come to D, if you're doing it for Amazon, for C, you're going to put Amazon, and then for D, you're going to put their headquarters address. I think I Googled it, and that's what they say. So just put the address of Amazon's headquarters, and then you'll be good. And then for me personally, when you come to number 3, I checked box number 20, and then I typed in their vending machines. I checked G on number 4, which is resale. Vending machines is a resale business, so you're going to do G. And then because I'm in the state of North Carolina, for number 5, I put my ID number right where it says NC, right? And then all the way to the right where it says reason, I put that G from number 4. Now, that ID number, this is why your certificate of registration is important, because the account ID, whatever number is beside the account ID, that's what you're going to put in number 5 on your 595, okay? And then the rest is pretty easy. You just sign it, give them your email address, date it, and you're good to go. And then you'll submit that on Amazon's website, and you'll probably get an answer within 20 minutes. Now, once you get your tax exempt status from Amazon, every single purchase that you make on their website, the tax exempt status will be applied automatically. So if you use your business account to buy something that's not going to go in the machines, such as a wheel card, a dolly, or something like that, just uncheck the tax exemption, because if you get audited, you're going to have to justify that, okay? But it will be checked for every single purchase. All right, but that's Amazon's process. Sam's Club's process is a little bit more easy, okay? So with Sam's Club, you need your a copy of your LLC, and you need a copy of the certificate of registration. Take it to your local Sam's Club and just go to customer service and say, hey, I need tax exempt status on my business account. They're going to take it and they're going to do what they do on their computer. And within like 30 seconds, you'll have tax exempt status on your business account. And you can literally walk away from customer service, go into the store right then and there, buy you something, and have the tax exempt status applied right there on the spot. It's that quick. Now with Walmart's process is so frustrating. And considering the fact that they own Sam's Club, for the life of me, I cannot understand why they don't mimic what they do with Sam's Club, okay? But with Walmart, what you will need to do, you have to create a business account online. And then once you create your online business account, you have to apply for tax exempt status. You're going to go back and you're going to fill out that 595E. Now, when I talked to you about Amazon, I told you to put Amazon's headquarters there. With Walmart, just choose the closest Walmart to where you live or where your vending business is headquartered at that you're going to be using the most, and you use that physical address for your Walmart, okay? Submit the 595, and then Walmart, they're going to email you and they're going to tell you, congratulations, you have tax exempt status, or they're going to say, hey, you filled this out wrong, you need to go back and correct it. And if you need to, you can respond back and say, hey, what exactly do I need to do? Because I can't make heads or tails of this. And they'll let you know, because that's what I did. Now, once you have gotten tax exempt status from Walmart, you then need to take your LLC, your certificate of registration, and the 595 just for good measure. Print all of that up, go to Walmart, go to their customer service and say, hey, I have tax exempt status. I need a card. What Walmart will do, they are going to print a card. And they're going to write your information on this card. It'll be your business ad, it'll be your business name, the customer ID number. The purpose code will be circle 1 with a resale. And then like whichever store issued it, they'll have the store number on there, and then you have to sign that card. Once you get that card, every single time that you make a purchase at Walmart, you have to present that card to the cashier. You have to inform them that this is a tax exempt status. So what they have to do, they press tax exempt on their screen, and then the number that's by the customer ID number, they have to type that number in. And they have to verify that the business name that comes up on their screen is actually you. And then once they verify that, they will give you the card back. And then they go through the transaction like normal, and then you'll pay and you'll sign from there, and you'll be on your way. Also, when you go through self-checkout, you are able to do this on your own. You just take all of the product and put them through the scanner, and right before you pay, if you look in the top right-hand corner, there will be 3 dots. You press those 3 dots, and you'll see the option for tax exempt. You press tax exempt, and then you type in your customer ID number, and then you confirm that you are who they say you are, and then you go through and you purchase it, and you'll be good to go. Now, that's if everything goes smooth. When you go to customer service, there's a great chance they will not know what to do. There's a great chance they will not know what to do. They will make a phone call, and the people that they call will not know what to do. So what you will have to do is go to another Walmart in hopes that they know what to do. And if not, you have to go to another Walmart. And I know this because this is what I had to do. I had to go to 4 different Walmarts before I was able to get my Walmart tax exempt identification card. Now, once you get it, it would be a good idea to get that card laminated or just cover it in like tape or something like that just to protect the card, because you're going to be using it quite a bit, okay? Now, in the beginning, I mentioned that even though you're not paying sales tax on the front end, you have to pay tax on the back end, and that's called a sales and use tax. I'm not going to explain the process of sales and use tax in this video, but just know that when you aren't paying the sales tax on the front end, you're making it up by paying the sales and use tax on the back end. And if you've been in the business for a while, and if you've never paid sales and use tax, you might want to go to the Secretary of State for your state, and you might want to email them about the sales and use so that you can get caught up. I don't know what the penalty is for not paying, other than paying a penalty fee. But if you aren't paying, go pay, because you don't want to mess with the government. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.